Once again, how many people have an actual photograph of as happy as they ever get? This was taken last year in India. I was walking those kids on the way to school, and I was going to do a little bit of magic for them at the school. But look at the joy and the glee in their eyes. And then you can see a young woman. It's a very interesting story. Talk about resolve once again. She was escaping Tibet. The Chinese government, in my estimation, is very oppressive to the Tibetan people, to the point that some of them just can't tolerate it. And so the way in which they get out of Tibet and into another country is to go over a 19,500-foot pass and hike into Kathmandu, Nepal, where they stay at a receiving center for anywhere from 4 to 8 weeks to get processed, and then most all of them end up in India. Many of them want to go to Dharamsala, where the Dalai Lama lives. The young woman on the back, in back of me there, his name is Jigchen. And as she crossed the border, she was shot by the border guards, and the calf of her leg was shot off. And I saw her in the receiving center. She was brought to the receiving center in dire conditions. These Tibetan young people arrive there normally penniless, normally with the clothes that they have on their back and whatever little they can carry. They're completely disoriented. Many of them have frostbite, and it takes a while for them to get their health back. And they spend time there. Well, Jigchen was in much worse shape than the average, and she went through 7 major operations. We made it possible for her to come to America. We ran into another family that was willing to take her in. They took her in. She graduated from high school at the age of 22 because she'd never had schooling before. She's now 27 years old. She was down to our house just this last weekend, and she's a pre-med student at the University of Colorado. So once again, here she overcame these extraordinary travails. She overcame all the challenges. She got through the obstacles. So I think that I can kind of summarize what we're all about and what we do. And what we're all about is standing up for justice. And that's what you should be for yourself. It is justice that you arise to the highest level possible. It is justice that you put an emphasis on education. It's a justice that you imagine or examine, rather, your intent and your motivation and try and be the best you can be. How many people really want to be the worst they can be? I think very few, and there's a name for that. It's called sociopath. How many of us want to be the best we can be? Most of us in the back of our mind. But sometimes we think it's impossible. Sometimes we think it's too far away, the goal, that it's too hard, that it's too expensive, that it's too fearful, whatever. But my word to you is that all things are possible. And if these young people that you saw on the screen can inspire you, and if you can keep their message in your heart, and when you are confronted with a choice and a challenge, the choice is really up to you. It's not up to anybody else. And you're at the crossroads. You can make the choice, as I discussed with the folks at these 2 tables over here, you can make the choice to do the right thing, the proper thing, the appropriate thing. And if you make that choice, you will find the same joy, you'll be contributory members of our society, you will be examples to others. In this room is a great deal of the future of your state, our nation, and our world. And if most all of you make the right choice to move ahead with resolve to be the best you can be, you will contribute to a more harmonious, more just, and more peaceful planet. So it was an honor to be here, share a few stories. I hope we get a chance to come back one day. All the best.